Hello. I don't really have much to say. I haven't really put much out there recently. Why? Because I haven't felt my best, right? And I kind of get more camera shy if I don't feel my best, right? Which isn't quite in keeping. It isn't quite, what would the word for it be? In a sense, by me hiding myself away when I feel a mess, when I feel stuttery and not able to speak properly, it's been hypocritical. If you look at the first video I made, it would be much more true to the agenda that I have in this YouTube channel to come out in my glorious mess and just, you know, just kind of be it in front of everybody so that you can see it. It's like you got the Chris who's all kind of really confident and happy and clean, and he speaks eloquently about whatever. I think I speak eloquently. Even when I look back over the material that I've written and videoed, when I'm not feeling confident, I look back on it after and it's like, actually, so it's fine, it's just as good as all the rest of it. It's very rarely that I go back and read a piece of my own writing, like years after producing it, and think to myself, oh, that's actually shit. No, it has quite a nice flow to it generally. I like my flow. Tired, Chris. First time getting up at 6 o'clock for 2 weeks. First early. Which means that I'd got into the habit of falling asleep at about 3 o'clock at night, 4 o'clock. And of course, this morning, I had the 4 of the early rise keeping me up even longer, thus I got no sleep, which produces, like an equation, you know, 2 + 1 = 3, no sleep, plus not doing certain things that I maybe shouldn't do, equals a body that doesn't give a fuck, thus a form of confidence. Yes, a form of confidence. The sleepy Chris, right? I found as I'm producing this and as I'm producing this video, it seems to me that I am making full, cogent, complete sentences. I'm not missing out words or anything like that. I'm not even missing out clauses or thoughts in the thought sequence or thought argument. But when I go back over it, I always see plenty of missed bits. Quite a funny little trick the mind does there. It seems that immediately in the flow, in the present moment, I seem to experience or seem to recollect afterwards a more perfect expression or experience than what the camera shows later. Curious case, that. How much can we trust ourselves? I don't really think at all, to be fair. I am a postmodernist, which is pretty much the belief that we can't trust ourselves at all. And then they go, oh, but can you trust yourself about that claim? Which is to put upon a dynamic, dialectical system a fixed kind of, I don't know what the word for the opposite of a dialectic, a kind of static system, you know, where you try and say, oh, because you say you don't trust yourself, how can you trust that you don't trust yourself? It's just, you come to know that you can't trust yourself when your recollection of an experience doesn't correlate with a recording of the experience. And then that tells you that your recollection is inaccurate and that you can't trust it. That's like just in the area of memory. And then like in many other areas we've got optical illusions and all that kind of stuff. So we're given plenty of evidence of the unreliability of our own report. And then that shows us we can't trust it. We see it by experience. Either the camera's recollection of now is more accurate and more reliable than my recollection of now, in which case, because it contradicts my recollection of now, well, I don't know if it does yet, I will find out later, but if it does contradict my recollection of now, and I give it that esteem, then of course I'm going to say that my capacity to recollect what's happening is not entirely reliable. It just comes up through that fact. Otherwise I would have to say something like, I can't really trust cameras, can I? Because they don't agree with my experience and my recollection, and I trust my recollection over a report of the camera. And here comes a bit of a funny thing, right? Is in any kind of objective, non-subjective way, how do I just choose which witness to trust more? I don't really know. I know from recollection, which is being belied through the camera, that if I trust the report of the camera, that the evidence the camera gives is a much more, it will guide me better, it will enable me to make predictions about what reality will do than my own recollection will. Anyway, goodbye.